involved in children's events and things like that. So I believe heavily in every little thing that you do should be an example that's gonna go forward. So yeah, so I do believe in being a living legacy and being immortal.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, welcome back to Lavish Journey Podcast. It's host King Lavish here today. I have a special guest in here. I got DJ Retrospec.
What's up, Lavish Life? This is DJ Retrospec. I'm born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. I've been at this game about 5 years now. I started at UT. Jay Gaines is a fellow UT alum.
Hey, when you get started again?
2013. I started with my roommate. We met actually in high school. He was born and raised in Toledo too, but we didn't start hanging out until high school, and then we became roommates in college, and then we started DJing together.
Oh, that's
back
lit.
in 13. Yep.
So what was your first gig?
Ooh. I'll tell you my first, I'll tell you my first gig. Of course, everybody got their name out, house parties, stuff like that. You know, that was Evansdale, man. If anybody from Toledo go to UT, Perth, Allen, right.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of children became men out there on that on that block. But that's where I started, got my name out. But my first gig was actually a basketball tournament for, I think, New Five Side hosted it. I actually got started with New Five Side. They gave me my first house party and my first paid gig on campus. So we did that at the rec center. It was an afternoon event. Boom the Bomb, shout out to him. I actually am putting an event together with him. I just met with him earlier. He performed. That was the first time that I worked with him too. And we've had a relationship since then. So that was the first. That was the start.
Cool people, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Boom's cool people.
Why do you love DJing?
Ooh, why do I love DJing? I tell you honestly, if I look up at a gig and I see, okay, so I'll go back. I shared this video today on Facebook. Will Smith narrated it. It was called Touching Strangers. It was an exhibition of a photographer that basically had strangers. He would have them shake hands and then he would take a photo of them in a matter of moments. They had just met and he would take these powerful photos of them. So I was looking at that earlier today, and that's actually a part of why I love DJing. When I look up and I see somebody who comes from a totally different walk of life, got their arm around somebody, they both got a beer in their hands, they sing it, they scream it to the top of their lungs, their favorite song. You would never imagine either one of them even messed with that song or anything like that. When I look up and see stuff like that, that's all I do it for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that.
So you love creating that good vibe in there?
Yeah, I love bringing people together, creating that vibe. I love that. See,
that's what I like too. I love when DJ does. It feels like DJ is like, you can feel the emotion of the crowd. So
you control it too.
Yeah, I peeped that. So what's one of the hypest songs that people like?
I'll go, one of them, I'll do a shout out to X, R.I.P. X, Look at Me. That's a hype one.
Okay.
Something more current is Nice for What is doing well right now.
Oh yeah.
I like it when it's, I like a good crossover. So I like when it creates that vibe, you know what I'm saying? I like it when it's females rocking to it, it's dudes rocking to it, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, Booed Up. Booed Up is not even like a hype song right now, but it's going crazy. You're seeing grown men just losing it, like Migos. They was singing their hearts out at the BET Awards to Booed Up, stuff like that. I love that.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
So you like to get everybody involved in there going.
Yep, absolutely.
I got a question then. Do you ever play Knuck If You Buck?
For sure.
I heard
for sure. Especially for y'all boys. For fraternities, sororities, that gets y'all going. And down for my niggas, of course, too. I like to mix them both. For sure. Get y'all going with that.
You already know. For sure. So what was your most, best gig or memorable gig?
It actually was something pretty, I won't say small, but I didn't expect for it to be as big as it was. It was actually just a graduation party for a friend from UT, from University of Toledo. Right. Of course, we didn't meet at UT. I knew her from, high school and just being from the city and stuff like that. Right. She invited me to do her graduation party. I said, of course. I pulled up, and it was in what was ticketed at like a 1.3 like $1 million home, right? Had no idea when I pulled up, right? So the first thing that happened, this is why it's one of the most memorable things. First thing that happened, I get out the car. There was someone pulling into the driveway. She was driving a Volkswagen, right? I let her know, tapped on the window. I let her know that I was the DJ or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can load in the back. She was like, I was like, okay. She was like, before you do that, can you park the car for me? And I was like, okay. Now, mind you, when I'm walking up, she driving off into the grass and stuff. She's struggling.
Right.
And it's a huge driveway.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, okay, somebody got the party started early, right? So I'm like, okay. So she's like, yeah, park this for me. I'm like, okay. So she just throws me the keys, walks off, right? I parked the car. I could have took off with that car. She would have never known, because I get out, she go in the house, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Clearly we family, you know? So, all right. So I load back in the back. I walk back there. As soon as I get back there, her mom met me in the back or whatever. I'm like, here's your keys. She wasn't impressed about that at all. She's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Right.
And then she was like, okay, you can set up wherever you want. And then at that time, The Graduate came out. And she was like, hey, do you want to play from the balcony? I was like, yeah, that's cool. 3 stories up, right? On this $1.3 million mansion. And it overlooked the lake.
Oh.
Yeah. So like we get up there,
I love that.
and it's like all white stone cement stairs, pillars huge.
Right.
Perfect, right? Set up. The sound was amazing, playing that high over everybody.
Yeah.
And then there was a moment where, this is exactly why this was my favorite gig. I played something like some nigga shit, honestly. And at that time, Millie Rockin' was huge.
Oh yeah.
This was for an Egyptian family. So I had on the right of me Egyptians like Millie Rockin', and to the left of me like everybody else like belly dancing. It was crazy. It was like some teach me how to Dougie type shit. Yes, to date, that was probably one of the most interesting and just culturally encompassing events that I've ever done, and fun. Amazing. Yeah, like so much fun.
I bet they had a good ass time there.
For sure. Yeah, I actually ran into one of the guests at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
I worked there during the day. Plug, by the way. Plug walk.
Okay.
So I ran into her. She was like, I remember you were up on the balcony. That was crazy, you know, because like nobody was expecting that for a graduation party. You know, it just got really exclusive really quick. Yeah. So yeah, to date, that's probably one of my favorites.
Oh hell yeah, that's not a favorite.
Yeah. Shit. Even that's better than packed club nights. That's better than that.
Cause that experience sounds different.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something you don't see on a daily basis. Shit.
One reason I love the game is I never know what to expect.
Yeah.
Ever. I can walk into a weekly headliner, you know, I'm there every Friday, every Saturday, you know, whatever, and I still don't know what to expect. It could be the same crowd every week, and still something can happen where I have to react right then and there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what keeps me on my toes.
That sounds like a fucking adventure.
It is. It is.
Like an adventure.
It's a hustle, honestly.
It definitely is. So, speaking about the hustle, how is it, you know, balancing, you know, working and then, you know, doing DJing and then booking events and doing all this, you know, it's hella stuff to handle. So, how is that?
I just hired a manager.
I need an intern or something to get to that.
I know. It's tough because... well, actually, this is actually my first year that I've tried to eat solely off of DJing. A lot of people thought that I've always done that. So, you know, shout out to them for thinking that I'm working that hard and eating like that. But this is actually my first year that I've made it my sole hustle. And it was tough, like focusing on, you know, gigging, working consistently, and then still staying ahead of the game on scheduling events, you know, out into the off season, you know, because it's hardest to eat between December and February for a DJ. Yeah. You know, it's cold out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that weekly headliner set up or whatever, or you have like off season weddings or private events, you'll go hungry during that off season. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not working hard with prioritizing your time between actively working and then actively planning ahead, you won't eat. Just like any other business, though, honestly.
That's true. Wintertime, it gets real slow.
Honestly, yeah, because actually this when I was working at Guitar Center, this mom and daughter came in. The mom came, she majored in business management in college. Went, graduated, got her degree. She works as an accountant. She understands things a certain methodical way. Her daughter wants to major in music, and she was headed to Spain to study music overseas. Her mom was asking me questions like, you know, I don't know anything about this. You know, when she wants a studio, when she wants clients, when she wants work, how does she produce that? Yeah. And I was like, I mean, if anything, it tests your business savvy even more. You know You know what I'm saying? Like how her mom did it. Like I said, she went to school, got her degree, you know, whatever. At that time, she probably interned and then stayed with the company, you know, the regular path, you know. Whereas for entertainers like her daughter and myself, when you want a studio, you need to call a realtor. You need to stack your money up to pay the rent. You need to build your own brand, build your own name. You got to do all of that stuff for yourself. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Like, so when you want to be your own CEO and be an employee at your own business, you got to build that business. It's not there until you build it. So that's, so if you're not, like I said, it goes back to, it's a balance between actively working and then planning ahead so that you have a business going forward. So it's a balance. But like I said, I just hired a manager to get.
I like that though. No, that's real. That's
real. Because I can't be in all places at once. You know, you definitely need somebody in your corner that has made it their job to make sure that you eat or make sure you look good or you know, whatever. So I just added that to the team. So that's gonna be
good. It's good to have a team because I used to always try to do shit on my own and get like blew out, just frustrated. Like, damn, you doing too much. You was like, shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you find yourself feeling like you didn't cover enough bases or you know, whatever, and that's not a good creative space to be in. You need help.
Definitely. So how do you feel about the networking aspects in Toledo?
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, but that's not unique, really. It happens in all different areas and different arenas. So I was actually just, like I said, when I was meeting with Boom and some other guys earlier, we were talking about that as far as like, you could have this, you know, an idea in December and then that idea not pop off until a more popular group or movement or face or figure or whatever does it in February the next year. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a struggle. It's a hustle.
It is.
But, you know, it's about, but that, having that team push gives you an advantage to that. You know what I'm saying? So when you have more eyes and ears in more places, then you get ahead of things. You know what I'm saying? So that eliminates some of that pressure as far as the networking aspect of it goes.
Yeah, having a team is a huge plus, I feel. I be telling people, it is. It's like you said, more eyes, they can see things you didn't see, you know what I mean? Or it's just good to have a team, period. That's what else I can say about it.
But even when you don't, you can't be too like can't be too sedity to do the work, you know, because I'm not. I can tell you that right now. I go out and shake hands and do flyers and do hand to hand, and because I prefer to do it that way anyway. So my first 2 years at DJ, I didn't have any social media. None.
Woo.
Like when I was like on Evansdale, like Alvin and all that. No, everybody would ask me like, "Oh, what's this? What's that? Whatever, blah blah." I'm like, I mean, well, that proves the point right there that you even want it. So you know where to find me. I'm right around the corner.
That's good. The word of mouth. People just So when it comes like to marketing yourself now, you still use that same technique, just going here, meeting people face to face. I do. Grinding for it.
Yeah. Especially actually for my event that I had yesterday, which was Pull Up at the Pond. Basketball tournament that we're going to do a couple times a year. We're going to do it annually. For something like that where you're trying to incorporate kids, hoopers of all ages. I had vendors out there, so it was really a community outreach event. So when you're trying to reach that wider range, it requires shaking hands. It requires avenues that are outside of social media, because you can't. Social media allows you to reach a wider range, but it also eliminates certain demographics. So it's gonna, like for me, I could tell you right now, it's gonna eliminate my dad. It's gonna eliminate some of my family members or whatever. So having those people out there, whatever, that required me picking up the phone, shaking hands. It required me going to basketball parks and whatever, if I wanted the OGs to be out there and make sure I was reaching all avenues.
That's real. That's the grind right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. I feel like being a DJ is not just being cooped up in a booth. I do it because I love people.
It's bigger than just you're right though, because you got a lot of people to do it.
Exactly.
That's real. Okay, speaking of music, so if you was trapped on the island for one full year, what 3 albums or mixtapes will you listen to?
The first album I ever bought with my own money was Michael Jackson's Thriller, the 25th anniversary edition. Forest Hills Drive, and the dedication for.
So
I love Wayne.
J. Cole,
Oh
Wayne
my
out
God,
there.
I love Wayne.
Wayne, your favorite artist?
Wayne is still the best rapper alive.
Dope.
Even when Wayne dies, he'll still be the best rapper alive.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I listened to Wayne all through. Well, I don't know how old I was back in 6th grade. Shit. Wayne and Gucci's my 2 top artists back then. Those are my people.
I use Wayne as like a model because Wayne was huge. He was huge. I'm gonna say, I don't like to really say with us, or I don't like to do like the color thing or whatever, but like he was huge in his lane, but then he crossed over, started skateboarding and reaching that demographic that was already listening to him. He wasn't reaching nobody new.
Right.
He just celebrated the people he knew was already vibing with him.
Right.
He knew that it was dudes in Ottawa Hills all stacked up, leaving lacrosse practice, bumping. Like, he knew that, you know? And then that's when he started making real corporation CEO money.
Yeah.
So that's what, like, I've been on so heavily lately. It's been coming up in conversation a lot, is just being that universal aspect of being a DJ. To me, when I hear the word DJ, that's what I expect, you know? Like, I hear people complain about like mixes of like techno and country and rap or whatever, blah blah. I'm like, that's what I expect, honestly. So I mean, unless I go to, you know, a real hole in the wall like in Detroit or in Tennessee or something, and I know I'm gonna expect, you know, one certain thing.
Right.
When I go anywhere, you know, I expect the DJ to mix it up. That's what I expect. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Shit.
So that's why I mess with Wayne, because he dominated his lane, then he crossed over and then dominated everything.
I liked when he did that too. Like, what's he doing? I thought from a business perspective, I was like, he know what he doing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's selling skateboards and all kind of stuff.
Shit, I'm gonna get my own skateboards too, y'all. Stay tuned.
Right. I'm about to put together a skateboard event too.
For real?
Actually, yeah.
Oh shit, that's gonna be real good. That's gonna be real good, because a lot of people don't do that.
It's an unspoken culture, actually. I mean, it's people right under your nose that do it, that's been skateboarding all their life.
You skateboard?
No, I don't. But my best friend does.
Okay.
The dude I started DJing with, he does. You know, Jason Young with YBFS, he put together Rossi. He skateboard. He been skateboarding for years. It's a bunch of skateboarders out here. It's just the culture's not here.
Yeah, you're right.
So we need to create that.
Okay. Y'all heard it. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that.
Okay, so what's the first thing you think about when you wake up?
Her. My girlfriend. She laying right next to me, so she the first thing I see, so it's the first thing I think about. And then probably the fact that my alarm about to ring in 7 minutes. I got this habit of waking up right before my alarm rings.
I hate that.
And then the third thing is just my task for the day. Things I got to do for the day.
Okay, so what's a day in the life for you?
Plugging that Guitar Center majority of the day. Anywhere from 4 to 8 hours during the day. It's going to be some emails in there. It's going to be some contracts in there. Dinner, and try to hit something fun regularly. She and I, we're both like, just can't stand to be cooped up for real, so we'll hit something during the week, skating or bowling or go out to drink somewhere.
I just
restaurant, something like
so
that.
What do you do after like a long day of hard work? You know, you just
Henny.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible after a long day of work. That's honestly.
That gets you right.
And a horseback ride.
For real? Out here in Toledo?
Yeah, that's why I had horseback riding out at the basketball tournament yesterday.
Oh,
they was just doing like little short, little corral rides, whatever. Yep.
That's tight.
My homeboy is a horseman, so we do that for fun, like every other Sunday.
I need to get hip.
Come through, man. Yeah. I'll let you know next time we go out there.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever rode a horse before?
Yeah, I did one time a few years ago, and I was paranoid the whole time.
For real?
I was like, ooh,
we're gonna get you comfortable.
Bet.
For real.
Bet. All right. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Shit. That's a good time, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll tell you about my girl. We met like at my best friend's birthday party, which was out there in the country with the horses. She came out there, and it was like she did like some like touristy stuff, whatever, like to get people like acclimated with it. We'll like put them on the horse, we'll just walk them with the rope, whatever. Like they won't be controlling their own reins or nothing. So I walked there, whatever. As I'm walking there, the horse steps on my foot, and I was wearing like flip flops, right?
Shit.
Man, trying to be cute for her, like stupid. So it stepped on my foot, right? So I ran off to tend to that, and then she rode around for a little bit more, and then she came out a couple of days after that, and she rode by herself. And like she was just like kind of, well, we rode together on the horse, whatever, and then she came out, rode by herself. Then she took off by herself, like out of sight, nobody could see her, and by the time she came back, she was like trotting, like jogging on the horse, just took to it, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get you on there, get you cool with it.
God, you picked that quick? So I was out of here.
She picked it up quick, man. Anybody could pick it up that quick.
That's what's up.
It's just about being like, it's an animal. You just show them, like, literally show them you ain't scared. Show them that you the boss.
You right.
Yeah,
that's true. Speaking of animals, I got a weird question for you.
Oh yeah.
If animals could talk, which animal would you talk to the most?
Oh, probably. I'm trying to think what animal do I feel like would be like a good conversationalist, or that I would be most interested to talk to. Probably a bird, any type of bird that can do like different calls.
Oh, okay.
Like different pitches.
Yeah.
It's
like those weird, they be loud as fuck in the morning.
Yeah. Yes, like a woodpecker or something like that. Yeah. So we do like a beat contest.
Communicate with birds through the beats.
Yeah.
So that's different. I heard everybody say that. All right.
That was an interesting question.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite smells?
Oh, I like really good perfume and cologne, preferably like on my girl or on myself. I like Very Sexy by Victoria's Secret on her.
I heard that before. And
she likes Armani Code on me. We both like Turquatic. Oh, I'm one of those people that likes like the smell of gas, like gasoline.
Me too.
When I'm pumping the gas. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I know it's weird. Me too, though.
And new equipment. Like when I'm at like Guitar Center, we get like new turntable, new like that, like a box opening. Yeah. I like.
That's a great smell.
It is.
Every time Amazon box come in, like, yes, for sure. All right. So what's my thing? Oh yeah, soul food or barbecue? Barbecue all day.
Man, meat all day.
Okay, for sure.
I don't even need no sides. Like yesterday to the basketball tournament, they gave me some ribs. They're like, "Oh, you want some potato salad?" I'm like, nope, I just need a fork. I just need the ribs. Yeah. And that's it. A piece of bread.
So you need a slab? Oh, so you need a slab? Or you need a piece of rib?
I'll take one rib if I'm on the go, but I prefer a slab.
Oh,
I could sit there and eat steak, anything. Just
Shit, so this your time of the year then, summertime. So this your favorite season of the year?
Yes. Yep.
This one everybody out here kicking it.
And fall. I just like fall fashion.
Yeah. I love fall. Okay, I got one for you. Broccoli or spinach?
Love broccoli.
Favorite restaurant?
Sakura.
Sakura, what's that?
Ooh, it's a hibachi grill. Oh man, we gotta go. We gonna set a date.
Yeah, what's Sakura?
They cook it right in front of you. It's a Japanese hibachi grill.
Really?
It's like one of those, like a flat, like the flat stainless steel grill. They chop everything, cook it right in front of you. Yeah, they do all that touristy shit where they like toss veggies in your mouth and stuff.
Word, cause I went to Benihana's my first time ever.
Yeah, it's the same as.
So it's like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
See, I love that shit. Man. I be feeling good. They be cooking over there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's the same. Same type of vibe.
Bet. All right, dream vacation.
Well, fun fact, I don't know how to swim. So
it's all right.
I have to learn to swim because I really want to go to Museo Atlantico, which is an underwater museum in Spain. They have statues underwater, but you have to dive. You have to scuba to get down there.
An underwater museum.
Yep. I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah. You got. I think you do got. Of course, you got to know how to swim for that.
Yeah.
So you got to swim down there and go inside the museum?
Yeah. No, it's not even inside. You just, once you get down to the floor of the ocean, there's like the statues are right down there on the floor. Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Into that sound. Where's that? You said Spain?
Yeah, in Spain, off the coast of Spain. But there's a couple in the world, but the one I want to go to is in Spain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Spain's like pretty much your dream location?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say fluent in Spanish because I guess like my natural kind of urban accent kind of prohibits me from speaking Spanish that well, but I comprehend a lot. I understand Spanish really well.
Okay.
Yeah, because my sister is fluent, and then I learned a lot in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing. All right. What's so when you was younger, everybody's like, I want to do this when I get older. I want to do this. Like, is everything you're doing now still, what you want to do when you was younger?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I wanted to low-key be like Ellen when I grew up.
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty much, yeah.
I love it.
I started off wanting to be a comedian because I was a class clown. I never had any trouble getting up, talking in front of people or anything like that. I always kept people laughing and smiling or whatever. So, I was cool. I would always say I wanted to be a comedian, but basically, yeah, performing. Right. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I got another question for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you are immortal?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel that my body and spirit will be gone, of course, at some point. But I feel that mine and anyone's biggest obligation, priority, however you want to word it, is to leave a legacy. So everything that I do, I want to continue, you know. So even in the smallest things, like I don't really want kids. We kind of come to a conclusion that we don't really want kids, but I'm really close with my niece and my nephews, and I'm always involved in children's events and things like that. So I believe heavily in every little thing that you do should be an example that's gonna go forward. So yeah, so I do believe in being a living legacy and being immortal that way. That's
real good. I like how you said, broke that down.
Oh,
that's true. You got to leave a legacy behind. I tell people that's what's all about, the legacy aspects, Like, I love inspiring people, and I know a lot of people never forgive me because of that. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My biggest motivation is my mom passed when I was young. Sorry. When I was, thank you. When I was 12. So she, was a school teacher. She taught at one of the biggest high schools here in Toledo, but still, just being a school teacher, her funeral was packed out, like it was over 300 students there wearing t-shirts with her face on them, whatever. And just because every time she went to work, she made an impact, so that's where my biggest encouragement and motivation comes from. And I guess kind of it's in my DNA to be that way. So yeah, I just am inspired by being an example that way, just in every little thing that you do.
That's real. Wow. Moment of silence. That was some real shit. For sure. I got a few more questions.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What's your favorite cereal?
I really like Crunch Berries and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So which one you pick out those two though?
Ooh, Crunch Berries.
Crunch Berries?
All berries, actually.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I was a little kid. I used to I don't want the ones with all the berries in it. You won't get what we give you.
Then 10 years later, oops, all berries.
Yep. That's real.
They did it.
Exactly. So I think if I got that other question, y'all, I'm fucking up. All right. So what makes a great life?
Like I said, living to be an example, living legacy. I think it's extremely important. We talked earlier about doing a service event at some point before the summer is out. And I was saying when I was in high school, we would have this penny drive, and we would just collect. We would have somebody walk around the lunchroom and collect pennies from everybody after they had already paid for the lunches, whatever little change they had left over. And the point of that was to show what we could do with just giving those pennies every day for a certain amount of time. Right. We started schools. We, did amazing things with just that, what seemed like a little bit. And the culture it created around that was when you saw that person walk in, when you knew it was like penny drive season, and you saw that person walk in the door with the penny thing, people were immediately like, if they didn't have pennies on them, they were running to go break change or whatever, because it created that culture. Like, we can do something so huge with such a small contribution every day. So I think that that's a huge thing about making a great life, is just having that tuned into you, that any opportunity that you have to give back or create an opportunity for somebody or make somebody smile or do a good deed. That just needs to be implanted every day. Like, I remember when I was younger, I would say to myself, like, I got to get a good deed in every day, because I saw immediate, I understood karma when I was young. Like, I understood that when I did one good thing, it just so happened that 2 good things happened the next day. I understood that when I was young. So I just tuned myself to that, and it made me happier, you know? It made me happy to see people smile when I did something good for them. It made me happy when I found $5 in my pocket or something like that. So I think small things make a great life. Very small things.
That's true.
Because very small things can ruin things too. Can ruin a great life.
That's true. Wow. You dropping this wisdom.
Oh man.
I respect it. I respect it.
I got enough sleep last night, which is rare.
All right, I got one more question for you. I asked you this in the beginning. So where do you get the name DJ Retrospec from?
Well, actually, I was telling Jay Gaines as well. I was excited to come on the show, is that everybody wears sunglasses, himself included, or whatever. That's actually where my name comes from. So I always wear like retro spectacles or glasses or whatever. So Retrospec is how that came about. So if you see me, I'm majority of the time wearing some weird, funky glasses.
Word?
So yeah, that's where it came from.
Okay, we need a sponsor, y'all.
Man, I just put when I first started DJing, I put the word out that I needed a name, and a good friend of mine like threw some ideas out, and Retro was in there and Spec was in there, and we kind of both was like, oh, that's it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I joke all the time that like I can't get big because one day she's gonna hit me up for them royalty checks.
Like, hey, I'm just saying, you never know, she might be cool with it, yo.
She might be, you know what I'm saying.
For sure. So where can everybody find you at? You got your social medias, emails,
websites? I do now.
Okay.
At dj.retrospec on Instagram, DJ Retrospec on Facebook, Twitter, let's see, LinkedIn, all that. DJ Retrospec at Gmail. Send me some work. I'm always shouting out artists, especially local artists. I'm all about locals only. So if you got some work you want to let me hear, you want me to play for the streets, send it to me, and I'll play it immediately any chance that I get.
Real.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do another pull up at the pond session in September, basketball tournament. So go ahead and get your teams registered. That's just $100 registration fee, and the minimum winning pot is $250. That's the minimum.
The minimum.
I want to give away some real money. So
real money.
So yeah, I'm right. Yeah. So it's only going up from there. So as the brackets fill up, we gonna just up the pot. You know. So. Yeah. Get together some guys. It's 5-on-5. Women also, so it's co-ed thing. So get a squad together. Okay. Put the money up, and we'll be out there in September. I'll drop the date this week and open the registration this week.
Y'all heard it here first.
Also put together a separate skateboard event to really bring back that culture. So watch out for that too. Tell your skateboarding friends.
I'm gonna love seeing that.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna bring that back.
Can you post on that one? Can you post
for sure.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, man. I'll come back anytime.
For sure.
You got some curvy questions there.
Yeah, you know, I like to, go a little in depth, I
like that.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching or listening to Lavish Journey Podcast. Shout out to DJ Retrospec once again.
One time.
You already know.